Hello, Eli the ecologist here in Fernbank Forest. Thanks for joining me. And I've got a tree species, an individual tree here that I want to introduce you to. This is one of the most common tree species in North America, but in Fernbank Forest they happen to reach really exceptional sizes. It's called a loblolly pine, and it's probably, like I said, the most common or one of the most common species in North America. I've heard that the only more numerous species is a red maple, which can be found all the way up to Canada. But loblollies are native to this area. This one is an absolute monster. It's what we call a champion tree, which means it's one of the largest loblollies in all of Atlanta. It's about 138 feet tall and over 9 feet in circumference. And the way I can tell it's a loblolly is, well, for one, I can look at the needles. So here's some needles. I'll hold against the white background here so you can see. They're in bundles of 3. So 3 needles are together by this little piece on the end called a fascicle. So they're in bundles of 3. And you can also tell by the cones. Let's see if we can find some cones here. Oh yeah, here we go. So this one is kind of partially opened, but they do have very sharp points on the cones. Sometimes they're almost too sharp to handle, but you can see it's not a particularly huge cone, but it's not really tiny either. It's kind of a medium-sized cone as far as pine trees go, but probably about 3 or 4 inches long, and they can open and be a little bit wider than this, and they have seeds in there that animals like to eat. Super, super common tree. You might have one in your backyard. You definitely have one in your local park, but you might not have one quite as big as this. We've also cored this tree, which we affectionately call Corkscrew because it has this funky, twisty shape on its trunk. And this tree is about 160 years old, maybe a little older. So it dates back to around the Civil War. Pretty cool.